The Chinese crackdown on the Bitcoin mining companies have resulted in tremendous opportunity for those mining companies that are not based in China. HUT8 is a Bitcoin miner that is based in Alberta, Canada. The company has an exceptional balance sheet. It is situated in a location where it is very cold and there is a lot of wind. The power grid is also going green in Alberta, Canada. HUT8 has successfully navigated the Bitcoin bear and bull market cycles with equal ease. In this video, I'll be presenting an analysis of the HUT8 Mining Corporation, what is the potential upside and the downside in investing in the stock, and also go through the risks. Also discuss a little bit about the technical analysis for Bitcoin. My name is Arshad Ahmed. I'm founder of DIYstockpicker.com, an investment portal dedicated to help investors make intelligent decisions. This video is for information purposes, and please do your due diligence before making any investment decisions. So let's get started. Bitcoin is a form of digital currency. Bitcoins are given to miners who solve complex mathematical problems. They are rewarded by Bitcoins. The miners set up powerful computers with processors, and this consumes a lot of energy. The recent Chinese crackdown on Bitcoin miners has resulted in a huge number of miners leaving mainland China and migrating to other locations. Texas has been the main benefactor of this migration. They are also moving to other countries. Since these miners have now left the grid, solving Bitcoin problems has become easy, which is called the hash rate. As the hash rate is easier, miners are getting twice the reward in one single month. Bitcoin miners benefit from two different factors. The first, of course, are the energy costs. It takes a lot of energy to solve these complex mathematical problems and mine the Bitcoin. The second is a relaxed regulatory environment. As we have seen, as the governments crack down on Bitcoins, it becomes very hard for miners to sustain. Whereas Texas have policies that are friendly to the cryptocurrency. So the two most important factors for Bitcoin miners are a relaxed regulatory environment and low energy costs. The disadvantage with Texas is that it gets very hot in the summer. So a lot of energy is consumed in keeping these machines cool. The advantage for HUT8 is that it is based in Alberta, Canada, where the environment is very cold and windy, and summers are not very hot and humid. That keeps the energy costs low. Here are some of the fundamental facts about HUT8. HUT8 is based in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. The company has two mining sites, one in Medicine Hill and other in Drumheller, Alberta. The company has a total of 4,240 self-mined Bitcoins it holds in its trust. HUT8 is the largest holder of self-mined Bitcoins of any publicly traded company. The company has successfully navigated the bull market cycles and the bear market cycles of the Bitcoin. The company has a balance sheet first approach. Its balance sheet is exceptional with almost zero debt. The company has been holding all to its Bitcoins all through its life cycle. In the fourth quarter of 2021, the company has mined about 20 to 25 Bitcoins per day. This is up from 14 to 16 Bitcoins it mined per day in the third quarter of 2021. As I mentioned earlier, with many of the Bitcoin miners coming off the grid, the hash rate has eased. So in the next quarter, expect that the number of Bitcoins the company mines may easily double. The company has a market cap of $1.5 billion and a P/E ratio of 28. The current ratio is 18.54, which is current assets divided by the current liabilities. This is a very healthy company. There is almost zero debt on the balance sheet. The return on equity and return on investment capital is 21%, which is exceptional. Here, I would like to speak about the capital allocation strategy of HUT8. The company's strategy is to hold all the Bitcoin it has mined and only sell those Bitcoins that it needs to pay for its operational expenses. When the bear market comes and the price of Bitcoin falls, it doesn't sell the Bitcoin at that point, but uses the Bitcoin on the balance sheet as collateral and gets loans to meet its operation expenses. Later, when the Bitcoin rises in price, it then sells the Bitcoin and pays off those debts. All the time, the Bitcoin is loaned out to companies which use that as a collateral and pay 4% back to the company. So the Bitcoin is not just sitting idly on the balance sheet. Bitcoin had peaked in April to $64,100, and since then it has fallen almost to half in value. Now if you look at the technical analysis of Bitcoin, it is again entering the bull market phase. There is an event in Bitcoin that when 210,000 Bitcoins are mined, the rewards that are paid to miners are halved. So every 4 years, it becomes harder and harder to mine more Bitcoin. Also, it can be noted that whenever these halving events happen, the price of Bitcoin reaches all-time highs. It happened in 2012, 2016, 2020, and the next halving event is in 2024. So the long-term outlook for Bitcoin is bullish. There have been many institutional investors who are entering and buying Bitcoin. Companies like MicroStrategy are holding Bitcoins on their balance sheets instead of gold. So Bitcoin is becoming the reserve currency of the world, and the institutional investors have started taking notice. Earlier, it was only the retail investors that were driving up the prices. But now the scenario has changed. Remember that Bitcoin is very volatile. It makes all-time highs, but also has crashes where the value is reduced by more than 50%. There are big institutional investors who expect the price of Bitcoin to reach 100K or 250K. And if your analysis sides with those experts, then definitely HUT8 is a good mining stock to buy and hold for the long term. As we can see, it has a tremendous advantage over other Bitcoin miners in its operations and the balance sheet. As the Bitcoin price reaches all-time highs, HUT8 will be the biggest benefactor of this. So HUT8 is a way to own the Bitcoin without actually having it in your wallet. But as I have said, there are significant risks of investing in Bitcoin or the Bitcoin mining stocks. So it depends on your risk appetite. Only invest the money that you don't need for at least 5 to 6 years in Bitcoin mining stocks, and also put only a small portion of your capital. I hope you found the video informational. I have analyzed the Chinese stocks Alibaba and Baidu, which you can see here on the end screen. I release videos weekly and present my analysis on various stocks. I'll really appreciate if you hit the subscribe button so you won't miss any of those notifications. Thank you for watching.